We used to think evil came from the shadows, from dark alleys, locked doors, and places we were told not to go. But now, it hides in plain sight. It wears smiles, hashtags, and brand deals. It trends. What used to live in darkness now thrives in daylight. Because online, even kindness can be turned into currency. We call it generosity. We call it giving back. But underneath those words is something quieter and colder. A culture built on spectacle learns to mistake visibility for virtue. And a society trained to perform goodness forgets what it means to actually be good. Because on the internet, compassion isn't shared, it's sold. And for one man in Florida, that lesson would begin with something beautiful and end with something he never saw coming. Welcome to Filtered Society, where inequality meets social media. If you believe stories like this deserve to be heard, please subscribe. His name was Bobby Brown, though millions would come to know him as Uncle Bobby. It started with a video, one small, ordinary act of kindness caught on camera. A young influencer named Wesley Williams, better known online as King Wes, was filming one of his social experiments on the streets of Orlando. He held a white cane, pretending to be blind, and tried to cross a busy intersection. Dozens of people passed without stopping, eyes locked on their phones, earbuds in, each person lost in their own world. Then, from the crowd, one man stepped forward. Bobby Brown took his arm and walked him across the street. No hesitation, no cameras, no pretense, at least not on his part. He was just helping. But unbeknownst to him, the moment was being recorded. That clip, barely 60 seconds long, would change his life. When the video hit the internet, it exploded. Tens of millions watched and shared it, calling it "Faith in Humanity Restored." Comments flooded in. "That man deserves the world." Finally, something good on my feed. The story of the kind stranger went viral overnight. The influencer, Williams, announced that he would reward Bobby with $100,000 as a thank you. The two reunited on camera, hugging as the influencer handed him stacks of cash. It was the kind of moment that platforms are built for: tears, gratitude, redemption. The internet called it beautiful. The algorithms called it profitable. For Bobby, it felt like grace. He'd lived a quiet life, working hard, paying bills, taking care of family. Suddenly, the world seemed to see him. News stations replayed the video. Strangers sent letters. People called him Uncle Bobby, the grandfather everyone wished they had. The money helped too. He paid off debts, bought groceries in bulk, and planned to fix up his small Orlando home. But fame, even the wholesome kind, has a way of finding cracks. At first, it was phone calls, relatives reaching out after years of silence. Then came unexpected visitors, cousins and family friends wanting to check in. Neighbors started asking how much he'd really received. Some people congratulated him. Others joked about his newfound fortune. Bobby smiled politely, but the attention felt different now. The gift that was supposed to make life easier had brought something else with it: exposure. Weeks passed. The story faded from headlines, replaced by the next viral act of kindness. But online, his name lived on. His videos continued to circulate, re-uploaded by accounts that didn't know, or didn't care, who he really was. For a while, it seemed like life had gone back to normal. Then, one night in mid-September, everything changed. It was September 18th, 2025. Orlando was still and humid. Inside his home, Bobby was alone when a knock came at the door. What happened next would never make it into a feel-good clip. The next morning, police tape stretched across the yard. The Orange County Sheriff's Office confirmed that a 77-year-old man, identified as Bobby Brown, had been attacked and robbed inside his home. Investigators described a violent struggle. He had been tied up, beaten, and left bruised while several suspects ransacked the house. Among them was someone he knew, his 27-year-old nephew, Justin Brown. Detectives later learned the motive: money. The viral video, the $100,000 gift, the sudden fame, all of it had painted a target on his back. The people who attacked him weren't strangers. They were family. According to investigators, Justin Brown and two others, 27-year-old Yasmin Benitez and 21-year-old Tavares Parker, had planned the attack for days. They believed Bobby still had part of the influencer's reward hidden in the house. Detectives said the suspects bound him with tape and zip ties, demanded cash, and fled with money, jewelry, and electronics. One of the suspects reportedly told police he didn't deserve all that money just for helping somebody. When deputies arrived, Bobby was alive, but shaken. He told them what happened, his voice quiet and trembling. He'd recognized his nephew's voice the moment he heard it. The betrayal cut deeper than any injury. Within a week, all three suspects were in custody. They were charged with armed kidnapping, robbery, aggravated battery on an elderly person, and false imprisonment. The sheriff's office called it a crime of greed and exploitation. In a press conference, investigators warned that viral fame had made ordinary people vulnerable. When someone goes viral, one officer said, the world learns who they are, but so do the wrong people. The influencer, Wesley Williams, released a video afterward, his voice breaking. Uncle Bobby didn't deserve this, he said. We did something good together, and people turned it into evil. He told followers he had reached out to help Bobby financially again, and urged people to protect the elderly who become public online. Neighbors said Bobby stopped going outside after that. He kept his blinds closed. The man who once helped a stranger now lived like he was hiding from one. He declined interviews and asked to be left alone. Local reporters called it a heartbreaking turn for one of the internet's favorite grandfathers. In the months that followed, the court case moved forward. The suspects pleaded not guilty. Prosecutors described it as a calculated act of exploitation against a man whose only mistake was being visible. The evidence included text messages between the attackers discussing the viral video and Bobby's supposed wealth. One message read simply, "He's an easy target." Online, the story resurfaced briefly, then vanished again. People watched the original blind man clip, left hearts and emojis, and never realized the man they were praising had nearly lost his life because of it. His act of kindness was still being shared, stripped of context, a ghost of the truth beneath it. Because what happened to Bobby Brown wasn't just a robbery. It was the dark side of digital empathy. The proof that in a world built on exposure, visibility isn't power. It's vulnerability. His kindness was real. His suffering was real. But the system that connected them, the one that turned a moment of humanity into millions of views, wasn't built to protect people like him. The internet remembers the stories it can sell, not the lives they come from. And the price of going viral isn't measured in likes. It's measured in what you lose once the spotlight moves on. Family used to mean protection. Now, it's a brand. And in the digital age, betrayal doesn't knock. It goes viral.